Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be creating this look for you guys, and this is the blush tones makeup, which is very much trending right now on the runway, which is actually all about using pinks on your eyes and your lips as well. So it is pretty much like the monochromatic makeup looks, but it is another dimension to it. I feel this is very neutral and very wearable in different for different occasions. I think you can wear this to any party during the day and even at night time. So as you can see, I've used different colors. Like, it has a pink hue on the eyes, which is very flattering on Indian skin tone. So if you want to know how to create this makeup, then let's get started. Alright guys, so as you can see, one eye is already done and the second one I'm going to be doing with you guys. So there's a very important step in this one, and that is to apply a concealer or a primer to your eyelids. Preferably a concealer would be better, because I want it to be lighter so that it can actually contract all the pigmentation that we have around our eyes, because we're going to be using very lighter colors, so we really want those colors to pop. So the concealer I'm going to be using is the Inglot cream concealer, and the good thing about this concealer is that it is not my shade. Now that is not a good thing, but I mean, it's lighter, so this way it will work as a primer. And I'm gonna apply a little bit on my under eye as well. This thing is to blend the primer with your finger, the concealer, so it sets. And if you use a concealer, just use any compact powder over it, just like I'm gonna be doing right now. This is gonna help us blend all the shadows that we're gonna be using further. Alright, so once that is done, the first thing we're going to be doing is blending up the crease, and for that I'm going to be using this beautiful palette by Makeup Revolution. It is called the Salted Caramel. It has this beautiful packaging as well, and it is actually, till now, one of the best purchases I've made until now. We don't know what's going to happen in future. So as you can see, it has beautiful shade range. I'm going to be picking up this brown right here, this one. It's very medium, it's not warm tone, it's very cool tone. Place it slightly towards the outer corner, swirl my brush and work my way inside. This is going to give us that depth that we want towards the outer corner. Okay, so the next step is to take the blush, and the blush I'm going to be using is the Essence Blush Up. So this is a really beautiful and pigmented blush. So as you can see, it has an ombre color, so you can really choose what color you want, maybe a lighter one, maybe a darker one. But for the eyes, I'm going to pick up the darkest possible color here, and I'm going to take one on my finger, because that way we get the maximum payoff. You'll just see how. So I'm just taking this on my ring finger, and I'm going to pat it on my eyelid like this. This can work itself as a shadow, but I'm going to be using it as a base, because that is helping us to make the colors pop. There we go. Okay, so once you're happy with the build up, the next step is to move on to the eyeshadow palette again, and I'm going to be using this beautiful rose gold shade right here, as you can see, this one, right? But it's not that pigmented. So what I'm going to be doing is we're going to take our flat top brush, which I can't find right now. Where's my brush? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're going to be taking a flat brush, a shader brush, and I'm going to be spritzing it with some water. So I'm going to be spraying some rose water on it. So what this does is it really picks up more product, and it's going to make it really vibrant. So we're going to be taking the product right now on the brush and just dab it on. Okay, so you don't really need to build up the color towards the corners, just concentrate it towards the center, because that actually looks very flattering. So once we just see a little bit shine over there, it's not too dramatic, but it's definitely the rose gold trend, which is what we are trying to achieve right now. Okay, so once that is done, the next step is to actually take this really warm shadow right here, this one. Okay, and I'm gonna be taking it on this brush, and I'm gonna be putting it outside the crease, not on the crease, but above it, between the brow bone and the crease, the upper crease area, which we can call. So it gives a very beautiful effect on something that we have here. It makes it look really flattering and natural. I like to do that. Okay, so once we have something like this, next step is to build up the transition a little bit, and for that I'm going to be using one of my favorite shadows ever, and that is the Studio West shadows. This is in the shade Gold Mine, and I'm going to show you the colors. They're so gorgeous. So it has 3 colors, but I'm going to pick up this maroon color, which has a lot of shimmer, but I find this very flattering in the crease as well. So I'm going to pick up a little bit on a blending brush, preferably a precise one, and start building up the color towards the outer corner. Just make sure you blend the edges as well, because otherwise you might see a blotch here, so make sure you do that, like swirling your brush here like this. And then when we have something like this, next we're going to just take a clean brush and just blend everything in seamlessly, and just apply very little pressure because we do want the intensity to stay. Alright, so just a few steps left in the eyeshadows, and I'm going to take up this shimmery highlight color right here, this one, and I'm going to put it in the inner corner with a very tiny brush. Just take up a little bit, and it is slightly like a light goldish champagne color. Just put it in your inner corner and blend it. And I'm going to take this matte highlight shade and put it in the brow bone, because we have already used a lot of shimmers, so I don't want a shimmer even on my brow bone. So we're going to use a matte color. I'm going to deposit it first and then blend it. See the magic it does. It blends it so seamlessly and it still gives us the effect. Alright, okay, so we are almost done with the eyes. The eyeshadows are done, and we're going to use shadows on the bottom lash line, but we're going to be doing it after the concealer. So the next step is just to apply a mascara, because this is a day look. This is something we are doing for the day. We can definitely go without liner even at night, because that is really trending right now. If you love liners, see, I also do, but for this look I'm going to skip it. But if you love liners, go ahead, just line your eyes, maybe even a winged liner, but I'm going to make it very subtle and something wearable. You can definitely transform it as you want it. So the mascara I'm going to be applying is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara, and it's very dramatic, and because this mascara is so dramatic, we actually won't need any liner. Okay, so I'm going to apply it. Alright, so mascara is done. As you can see, it has made such a difference to this look, and this is just one coat, maybe just another. I've just touched it up a little bit, but this mascara is very dramatic. I'm not applying anything on my bottom lashes. I'm just going to keep it on the top lashes. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you what I've used on my skin, and the first thing I used is the moisturizer. This is by Plum. It is their green tea mattifying moisturizer. And I topped it off with the BB cream called the Pond BB cream, and because it's very natural, it has SPF, so it is good for the daytime. And next we are going to be applying the concealer. Okay, so the concealer I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Dream Lumi-Touch. So I'm going to take this concealer and shake it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take this concealer. I'm going to blend it with my ring finger. Alright, so once the concealer is blended, I'm going to set it quickly with powder, and the powder I'm going to be using is L'Oreal Matte Magique Compact. It is in the shade Nude Honey. It is the second darkest shade. Okay, so I'm going to take the powder puff and I'm going to just place it on the concealer so that it sets really well. Okay, so once we have the concealer on, we're gonna be doing the bottom lash line, and I'm not gonna be doing anything too dramatic. I'm just gonna be using the same brown shadow that we used, this one. I'm gonna take an angled brush by Color Bar, so just pick up that product and a little bit of brown and just place it on the bottom lash line. So once we have this subtle effect of the eyeshadow, I'm just going to be using the same highlighter that we used here, and I'm going to mix it with the rose gold that we used, this one right here. Let me come close to the camera. So I'm going to be taking the highlighter and the rose gold. I'm going to be mixing them, and I'm going to be putting it in the inner corner. It does make a lot of difference when you use a highlighter, but something very natural, because we already used something dramatic on the eyes. Alright, okay, so now let's come to the skin. Now let's do the blush and the bronzer. Okay, so I'm going to be contouring with this shade from Makeup Revolution. It is in the shade Pure. It is an eyeshadow which is really nice for contouring, and I'm going to be using this angled brush by PS More. So I'm going to take up the little the color on the tip of the angled brush. I'm going to suck my cheeks like this and just place the contour towards the outer cheek. Don't bring it towards your mouth, just place it there and then blend it. Make sure you pull it upwards and you don't drag it down, because if you drag it down, it's gonna drag down your face as well. So you want that face lift. Alright, so once that is done, I'm gonna be applying the highlighter. And the highlighter I'm gonna be using is by Essence. It is the highlighter in the shade So Glow. What is the shade? Okay, the shade is 10, look on the bright side, and it's a cream highlighter that sets to powder, and I'm going to be taking my finger to blend it. So just take it on your finger like this and place it on your cheekbone. We won't go too dramatic with the highlighter because it's a very subtle look and we want to look as natural as possible. Alright, so once that is done, the next step is to apply the blush, because this look is all about using blush tones on our face, and I'm going to be using the same blush because that is something we've already used on our eyes, so it's going to give us the similar effect. And I'm going to be taking a blush brush for this, but this time I'm not going to take the darker color. I'm going to just mix up a little bit, but slightly towards the lighter colors, because we want it to look very natural. So just smile and place the blush on the apples of your cheek. So we want to make it very natural. Make sure you apply blush in steps. This is something with everything I'm saying, but yeah, just make sure it doesn't look too dramatic. Make sure to blend it really well and drag it towards the temples like this. Alright, so we are done. And okay, I forgot to mention that I used the Essence eyebrow gel on my eyebrows just before the tutorial. So I do fill in my brows, and this is in the shade 01 Brown. It's a beautiful color. It's really nice for summers. And okay, so now I'm gonna be applying the lipstick, and it's a gorgeous lip color. This is something I wear every second day. It's so beautiful, and it's one of my favorite pinks, and it's by Lakme. It is in the shade Plum Pick, and as you can see, I'm gonna link it down below. Really beautiful color, guys. It's matte finish, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, as you can see right here. So this color is just beautiful, and just apply it on your lips. So I'm going to be applying it. Alright guys, as you can see, the makeup look is done. So eyes are very neutral, but it has a hue of pink in it, which is very flattering. So make sure you try it out. and you can definitely change the lip color if you want to, but this is what I'm wearing as per the trend. And you can definitely wear this makeup look even at daytime, and you can transform it and you can just wear it as it is during night. So make sure you try it out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like this video if you enjoyed watching it, and comment down below what you want to see next, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys. Thanks so much for all the support, and I'll be seeing you in my next video soon. Bye bye.